Access Sacramento presents Hometown Sports Game of the Week. This program is funded in part by a grant from the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television.
Well, I got to say the joint is jumping right now. We're at Sacramento High School's Hotel Pavilion for the second game of our doubleheader here on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Burbank High coming in to face host Sacramento in the renewal of one of the long-standing, intense rivalries in the Sacramento area. Good evening and welcome to the show. Alongside Lauren Goodman, I'm Will James, and we're very happy to be bringing the second of two for you tonight. Lauren, these two have waged war many times. It's always intense.
It is going to be an intense one. On both ends of the floor, there's going to be high-flying, diving, intensity all over. I can't wait to see what these teams put together.
Well, veteran head coach, you know, we refer to him with many nicknames, but Lindsey Farrell has accumulated over 300 victories coaching both the girls and the boys at Burbank High School, and he brings in another very talented team. And tonight he will need his impact players to play up all night long.
And you see the Titans with Parthrow, Stewart, and Bailey being the motor that's going to run the show tonight. He's also the starting quarterback, so he's going to have a little nitty-gritty to himself tonight.
Well, Coach Farrell has praised him and all of his players, and it's fair to say that he's minus 3 key players due to injury and prevailing circumstances. So that means second-year head coach Earl Allen counters with the Dynamite Dragons.
And you got Tamers, Daniels, and Sweets, and they're going to do some impressive things. The Dragons have always been high-flying, so they're going to put on a show tonight, and it's going to be impressive.
Well, they've got excellent balance, and Talmadge is their leading scorer, but they're going to need to spread it around tonight, and we'll see who has the better touch in spacious, cavernous Hotel Pavilion, the biggest high school gym in the area. So lots of attraction ahead. Stay with us. We'll be back and join Rick Stewart momentarily here on the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary. But I'm a little misunderstood. Funny! Sorry, I almost killed you. We've all been misunderstood. I'm not a fighter.
Oh, I don't understand that at all.
Kids with learning and attention issues like dyslexia and ADHD are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand.
Best plan ever!
With the right support, everyone can reach their full potential because you can't judge a bull by his cover. Learn more at understood.org.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome to the big show. We're still at Sacramento High School's Hotel Pavilion, but now we're getting ready for the start of Game 2, our nightcap tonight. Luther Burbank and Sac High boys squaring off, and this is the renewal of a matchup that always has some good storytelling the next day because of what goes on during the game here, and we're anticipating another intense matchup. Lauren,
I'm excited to see. You see the cheerleaders out, ready to play, be excited. They have every type of atmosphere here, and that's the great part of being here. You see the captains in the middle, meeting, getting ready for the game. This is the type of atmosphere, if you want to play high school basketball, this is a gym you want to be in.
it's called Hotel Pavilion, and spacious. It's got the highest ceiling around of any gym. It's got more space on the end lines, and it has proven to be a tough venue to shoot in if you're the opposition.
Absolutely. I will say, being able to shoot in this gym, practice in this gym, grow up in this gym, it's just a thing that you got to learn how to do. The more opportunities you get to shoot in this old thing, the better you are. So it is very difficult for opponents to come in here and have good games. Unless you're me and you transfer to the opposition, then you're pretty good.
Well, we're getting close to the opening tip-off, and the crowd has really packed it in here and came alive down the stretch of the girls' game that just concluded. The Sac High Lady Dragons were in it for better than 3 quarters, but then national powerhouse Centennial went on a spree to notch an impressive victory. But let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups before the introductions, and that way you'll know who's who. And here we go with the Burbank Titans. And as mentioned earlier, they're down 3 key players to injury and other. But Prothro, Stewart, and Gill, triangle of guards. Damian Skelton and the aforementioned Lavelle Bailey, QB on the Titans football team, and generally regarded as the top player on Lindsey Farrell's ball club. And we'll see them come out momentarily. And for Earl Allen and the Sac High Dragons, there's their starting 5. Talmadge, the leading scorer, and they've got excellent support off the bench. Don't wander off. We're going to come right back after this short break for Burbank and Sac.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
The site, Sacramento High School. The venue, Hotel Pavilion. The game, Metro League rivalry, boys style. Welcome back. I'm Will James with Lauren Goodman and Rick Stewart, and we've been anticipating this all week. One of the more intense rivalries around the area, as Lindsey Farrell's Burbank Titans come in with a mark of 12-4. They're 2-1 in Metro League play. They've won 2 straight. And they'll be opposed by the hosts tonight. The outstanding second-year head coach, Earl Allen, guiding the Dragons that chime in with a 10-3 mark, but undefeated in Metro play at 3-0. So as you see here, with that 1 game difference, a key Metro League outcome for this game tonight.
Absolutely. And you're going to see your Dragons coming out here. It is a showdown, and as long as I can remember growing up in Sacramento, these are 2 teams that have been going at it, whether it's on the football field or the basketball court. These 2 teams do not like each other, and it is going to be shown from the beginning.
It's quite clear the attraction of this doubleheader and this game based on the number of people in attendance tonight that do not go to either school, do not have children going to either school. They're just basketball fans, and they know what this matchup is all about.
Absolutely. Will, anybody that's anybody on a Friday night in Sacramento, and there's something like this going down, best believe it was on everybody's calendar, and that's why you see so many alumni, you see so many fans, you see just so many people from the community, because this is a product of our community. So they want to put that out there, and everybody's excited for both teams.
That they are, and certainly tons of pride wagered on this outcome, and it's a little bit beyond just bragging rights, Lauren. Well, keeping things fair and square with a tough job ahead, our game officials, and we're talking about referee Rob Carter and umpire Devon Brazier. Both players missed it, and it's a double tap. They should do it again, but they're just going to award the ball to Burbank.
Absolutely, and I think Lindsey on the other side was thinking he was going to lose that one, but that was a fairly easy one.
Well, the thing I noticed most about Coach Farrell, he's got his coat off to start the game, which wasn't always the case earlier in his career, and he's wearing some comfortable-looking sneakers. Jump shot, all glass, but long board comes out. Titans reload. Tough, physical, aggressive defensive pressure.
And you already see Lavelle Bailey making his presence, even just with the ball thrown out of bounds. That quarterback arm is showing his presence, and the Dragon just let it go.
So he'll inbound, baseline left, and a inbound bucket. They are burnt. So Burbank on the board first.
And you see the Titans in the Colombian blue and gold in that Syracuse defense, playing all physical, getting the tie up.
Wow, look at that ball hawking and scrapping with quick hands. Whistle and a foul. First of the game, and Gill picks up the foul. He had the bucket to open the scoring. Deep J. Pow! Well, that was beautifully drained from deep in the corner that time by Daniels. 1 and done. Here come the Dragons, up 1 with the rock.
And now the Dragons are going to have to be patient in this zone. The Titans are not going to come out of it, and there's a deflection and tip. And that's why they're staying in that zone.
Gill with the steal. There's a kick out of bounds. Burbank will have the rock. (3-2) Dragons in the opening minute. Burbank in blue, hosts Sacramento in white. And Gill's pass is mishandled. Out of bounds, turnover number 2 on Burbank.
And you see Coach Farrell already up and at him, ready to make a substitution, maybe a little bit hesitant right there. But Coach is going to be animated tonight. And the Dragons look like they're going to just be patient and handle the zone.
We're just underway and very happy to have you with us here for Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week from Sac High tonight. Boy, look at that ball hawking. It forced a bad pass and a sack turnover.
And that's really what the Titans are going to do all night. They're going to play defense. They're going to try to be more physical than the other team. So that's important to their success.
Titans on the attack. Bailey with the rock. Pro throw number 20 gets it to Bailey. Off balance runner, pops out, tough luck. Follow up, down.
Nice putback by number 32.
Big time Bailey.
And Bailey is going to keep putting pressure on. See Sakai with the lob, but that's a deflection.
Too much jumping to get that one in. Gill, a screaming layup is missed. Follow up, block clean. Whistle.
Dragons ball.
And now this is what you are going to tune in and see, and this is what everybody wants to see here, is the high flying. Both teams historically have been high flying. So.
Well, Burbank stays in their zone. Entry and deep in the post. Wow!
And there it is there.
A big time high flying boom.
Jabari Sweet with the bang out right there.
Well, he's been a stable force in center. And Bailey answers right back.
And big time Bailey, he understands, him being in the program, how important momentum is.
6'5", Burbank. Feed the post, tapped away, quick hands, but Sac able to prevent the turnover. Corner jumper, let it fly. Down! Well, so far, the outside shooting is on target. Runner missed, fight for the board. Rebound taken down here, and Sac on the attack. Boom! Another slam on the alley-oop.
And the Dragons have opened up.
Deep corner, Jay, is nothing but net from the lefty.
And this is the best part about this rivalry. You're gonna see dunks, you're gonna see threes, and everybody just matching up to it. Even these young players understand this rivalry.
A miss that time. Fight for the board, follow up Sac. Look at that offensive rebounding, put back short. Burbank's got the rock. Pro throw ahead to Gill, 2 and 2. Force the issue, nowhere to go but a foul on Sac.
Nice attack by number 10, Khalil Stewart. Shooting 2.
And here we go, got free throws by Stewart.
10-9 Dragons, but a miss on number 1 by Khalil Stewart.
And you see Coach Farrell in a frenzy. Hopefully Stewart can get this one in there, calm Coach down.
1 out of 2, he splits them.
Now all night, more than likely, you're gonna see these Titans in this 2-3 zone. Coach Farrell calls it Syracuse.
Feed the post, turn and fire, nothing but net right there. Sweet money, give it to Daniels.
And Daniels is ready, he understands.
Whistle and a charge.
And there he goes, taking a charge. That's a senior player, a vet that's been in this environment over and over again, and he's stepping up big time.
Well, Sac High has done a nice balancing act with the type of scoring. 2 threes, 2 slams, and a bucket.
And that's what they have here. They have diversity. They have a lot of players that can do a little bit of everything. But you have homegrown kids like Keely Daniels, who's been in the program for 4 years, grown up in this program, so he understands the importance of it. And you see Coach Farrell looking over the Sac High bench, instructing. That's an old-timer, Coach Ishmael right there.
Well, you talked about high flying, Lauren. That'll work.
And Damian Skelton, he just going up in there and getting it, big fella.
(12-10). Sac by 2, midway first. Deep stay is short. Nice rebounding effort there again by Daniels. Not much room to maneuver. But the hard driving Wanji draws the foul. They called it on Skelton. That can't be right. No, they called it on Betancourt. I guess so. A brick, and here's the previous play.
And that's just a hard drive. Keely's finding them. A hard drive foul. Getting up in the air. A little bit right there on the
that
contact.
was Bailey, so the scoreboard's incorrect. Bailey picks up his first foul. 1 out of 2 at the foul line. 13-10 sack.
Daniels with the push, kind of loses it.
They settle down in the backcourt. Lewis handling the rock, working on that 2-3 Burbank zone. A bobble and a kick out. Here he goes again, not this time from deep range by Lewis, but good offensive rebounding.
And you're going to see that second chance points and second chance opportunities will be the difference in tonight's game. Both got people that can rebound and ability. Great strip.
A whistle and a travel after a clean steal. Sack with 4 turnovers, Burbank 3 unofficially.
And that was Kyrie Dunn with the turnover. Just a sophomore, so learning the ropes of this rivalry.
They swing it to the opposite side, and the long J is missed, 1 and done. Bailey rebounds. The miss by Daniels. Fast break layup, missed. Sack rebounds. They push it 3-on-1, feed low, a layup missed, but a foul on Burbank, and I'm going to guess the trailer defender.
That's attack by number 32 of Kelly Daniels. Shooting 2.
And the Dragons showing their ability to push and transition and convert in some type of way. Either it's getting a foul or getting to the free throw line. The Dragons are doing the little things right now.
Okay, spin the replay dial. Here's how it happened.
And light contact, but great ability to hang in the air and show the ref a little bit of contact there.
2 minutes plus remaining in a rapidly played first quarter with already some highlight reel stuff. Sac High, a couple of nasty slams on their end. 1 out of 2 here. Free throwing for Daniels. He's in for a 6-point total. On for the Dragons, the diminutive Jacquees Moore. Good numbers off the bench for the senior guard.
Now you're seeing Sac High in like a 2-2-1 full court.
A miss, but an offensive rebound. Fire away, a miss out there. On the board, it's Sac High's Ikwanji. Feed low, power layup, missed, tip missed, follow up, missed but fouled. Hard working Sac High Dragon, Garrett Richardson.
And that's too many second chance opportunities. The Titans are already down a few players due to injury, and so it's going to be important that they focus on the boards and box out. They cannot give up second chance opportunities.
A miss. And Dwell Fletcher steadies at the stripe. Junior forward.
We got lane violations all over.
Now it's going to cost Sac. So with 1:38 to go in the first, the Dragons holding a 4-point lead. Burbank up the floor trying to do something about that.
And now
open daylight shooting, sweet money from straight away. We call his number tonight, Mr. Bailey.
And there's no wonder why Coach Lindsay thinks he's the heart and soul of the team. There's no wonder why. He has been impressive every time he touches the basketball.
Foul line, Jay on the move, banked home, fortuitously. Fast break the other way, a miss. No call. Try again, not this time. Tip in, good.
Nice tip in by number 24, Isaiah
Talmadge, the leading scorer. Nice tip in after Burbank missed it the other end, 18-12.
And Talmadge is bringing energy. That's the #1 thing. Talmadge is bringing a lot of energy and sparking the game up. And especially in a rivalry game like this, you need energy, you need enthusiasm, and he's bringing it all over the court tonight.
Earl Allen up off that sack bench, encouraging his ball club. He's in his second year as head coach with a 28-14 mark and has a very, very nice, rapidly developing, youthful ball club here.
Yeah, he does. It takes a lot to get Earl off that bench, but now he is definitely passionate into the game and getting his guys playing defense like they are right now, just applying too much pressure.
Backcourt violation and a turnover, the ball bouncing off the foot of Stewart.
Dragons basketball.
And you got two gentlemen that know each other a lot, so there is going to be a lot of secrecies that they know, tendencies that they know automatically just because they've been in the ball game a long time with each other.
Less than 30 seconds to go here in the first. Good ball movement. Down the slot, layup, down. That was just a sweet drive by Talmadge.
Talmadge is being the X factor right now. Now he's getting on the defensive end.
Wow, a couple of bumps, no call. It's a turnover. Here come the Dragons. 8 seconds left. Talmadge swiped that, doubled, and a held ball tie-up. Who's got the arrow? The Titans.
And they needed that break right there. Good defense can sometimes create those jump balls and you get an opportunity. Look at this, fans. It's full in here, Will.
It is, and they're having a ball because they knew they would get what they wanted to see. 20-12. Sac has stretched to its largest lead of 8. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. And we have played 1. At the end of 8 minutes, host Sacramento on top of crosstown rival Burbank, 20-12. Don't walk off. We'll be right back. Oh, that's right. Forgive me, Mr. Stewart. What you got for us?
All righty, let's take a look at both these two coaches for these two programs. First, for Burbank and Lindsey Farrell. His 24th year coaching. 13 years coaching girls, 11 coaching the boys. You can see that their career record, 278 and 112. 2004 only section title. That's with the girls, their only title. 2 Metro League titles, a section Final Four, 10 seasons with 20-plus wins, 10 straight playoff appearances. Quite the resume. Earl Allen in second year, career 28-14. It's a difference, but Earl Allen's been here for a long time at SAC. He knows what's going on. Guys, back to you. We'll be back with more at the break.
Okay, there's part of the raucous crowd here at Hotel Pavilion Lauren was talking about, home of the Sac High Dragons. Tonight hosting a twin bill. Earlier this evening, we were treated to a high-class girls ball game. Sac High defeated by national power Centennial of Las Vegas.
And it was a showdown. It was a very good ball game leading into this, and that's why you see the outstanding crowd. If you're looking right now at Lindsey's bench, hopefully he can come in and find something to get out of this 8-point hole he has right now.
Well, he's playing shorthanded. 3 key players not available tonight. Injuries, always a bummer for head coaches. The players injured and their fans. Wow, heavy traffic inside and sweet, soft touch again.
And Daniels is just showing he's a grown man out here. He has definitely the physicality and the strength to play big-time ball. And this defense that the Dragons have is definitely bringing some frustration to the Titans. It is getting them to throwing the ball away and doing things out of character.
Just underway here in the second quarter, and the Dragons have reached their largest lead. Jump shot contested, but drained, and Lewis has some sweet soft touch on his jumper.
And that's, again, knowing this gym. When you get into your spots in this gym, you are knocked down. And he shot that with ease, just didn't let the player come down, and that's where you get that foul from.
Well, he'll be at the stripe, trying to clean up a three-point play. He's running now with a 7-point total, including a 3-ball, make it 8. And again, they stretch their lead, 25-12. Burbank in a scoring drought.
And they have not made any adjustments. Hopefully this basket goes in, gets to the line. But they need a way to open up that rim a little bit and get some points on the board for this game gets out of control.
Well, Prothro drove it. There you see Coach Farrell needs a word with one of his players. And Prothro at the stripe trying to chip away at a 13-point deficit, and does.
And you see Coach Farrell and Coach Allen, mostly Coach Farrell, he's been in this rodeo for about the last 30 years of his life on the boys and the girls side. So he understands that he has to chip away and take his time at this game. He just doesn't want it to get out of control. And the Dragons are trying to go ahead and bust it all the way open.
Yes, they are. The Prothro free throws momentarily stop bleeding. Let's see what happens on this end. Feed the post, short J. Not this time. Leaping rebound yanked. Here come the Titans after that board by Skelton. Jump shot missed. All the Dragons on the glass.
Titans just trying to get back in defense and slow this horse down.
Wow, a strip away and a turnover on some aggressive D. Feed the trailer, layup, down. Yes, sir.
Allen is not happy about that. He wants to get a full timeout so he can talk to these Dragons and get them under control.
Well, it is a full. And let's turn our attention to Rick Stewart.
All right, let's talk about the last meetings between these two teams. That was February 10th of last year. That was here at Sac High. Sacramento 61-56 over Burbank as Bailey leads 3 Titans in double figures, but Sweet, Talmadge, and Lewis sparked a fourth quarter run for the comeback win. Last outings, last Wednesday at Burbank High, Burbank took Valley 74-68, and Sacramento took Laguna Creek 61-54 for last outings. Series history, 28th meeting, 24-3 Sac leads. Burbank and Sac split last year, and Sac has registered winning streaks of 13 and 10 in those series meetings. Guys, we'll be right back. Send it up to you, Lauren, Will.
Thank you, Rick. Yes, heavy, heavy competition. You could probably go back to any of those games and the star power would just jump out at you.
Absolutely, and that's a part of being powerhouses in the city. They've owned it, and good players want to be at their schools, and that is a contribute to the great coaching.
On the point for the Sac High Dragons, they substitute again. Jacquees Moore feeds the corner. There's a long miss taken by Lewis, or correction, I should say. Yeah, Lewis. 25-16, Prothro. A miss.
And the Titans kind of settling. Probably would want to see more execution out of them.
Down low, bank shot, missed, and Bailey clears the board again. Shove it up the floor, tapped out. Let's see who touched it. Yes. Great transition defense there by Lewis, who deflected it and then touched by a Burbank player.
Right now you're seeing Coach Burrell coming in and giving some instruction. He's been around with Allen as well in the old regime with Swafford, so he's very familiar. And then he got the opportunity to have a kid, Cervante Burrell, play on the court here. So he understands the importance of this rivalry as well, and he's trying to get some information out.
Underhand flip, missed, tough luck. Fast break layup, down. Boy, oh boy, a screaming layup there by Skelton.
And the Titans needed that one, finally finishing the layup in transition. I know that's what they want to do.
25-18, deep J missed by Talmadge. Fight for the board. Jostled away, who's got it? Wow, stolen away, Burbank's got it. And a timeout taken by the Stomper.
And he is in full rage right now. Right now we're seeing Allen going ahead and talking to his team and getting them under control. And here we go in transition, just finishing the bucket, slapping all of the backboard there.
Skelton's got 2 buckets, and as you said, Coach Farrell over there in the midst of that Burbank huddle, still barking away at his ball club. There you see Earl Allen with the Dragons around him. There's the Burbank huddle as I felt the reverberation, the vibration all the way up here in the balcony from Coach Farrell.
This floor, and especially on that visitor side, has had to endure a lot of stumping, and I mean 20+ years from Farrell stumping on that visitor side. So it's probably worn out.
There is a worn spot there, and he's got his name on it. But here's Bailey, who's having a heck of a game. Fade away, Jay, not this time. Tip in, missed. Whistle inside. Great rebounding position by Stewart, who drew the foul. And it's going to be Daniels.
And there's Farrell looking on to his team.
Well, I guess a violation. Is that what it was? A travel? Okay, I'll call that a turnover. We've got 4:48 left in the second as we near the midway mark, and the Titans have closed that gap. High-low, easy money. Well, nice feed in there by Daniels. And Sweet has his second bucket.
And he's getting too many easy ones. Titans here on the offensive end. And he just bulldozed his way into the basket.
Well, I can see why Prothrow's been a big contributor off and off the bench. Baseline jump shot, pops off long, rebound Bailey at the 4:05. Prothrow takes it strong and draws a foul. Sweet with the foul, and let's see his offensive move down here on the previous play.
Great, just soft touch, finishing around the rim, being aware of where the basket is and putting it in. But now on the other end, you have Prothrow right now shooting his free throws, and he's definitely woken up in this last little bit of huddles. Probably that last time out by Farrell motivated him, but he's turning up the energy, and he understands him with Bailey, understanding they got to have big-time games to beat the big-time Dragons.
Well, Prothrow misses a pair after hitting a pair up there. 27-20. Feed low. Kick out long. Oh, look out. Here's a costly turnover. Wow-wee.
And you see right there, kids, use your left hand.
Moore with the bucket. Corner J, partially blocked. Air ball. Sack on the attack. Alley-oop. Boom! High. Time out Titans at the 3:27 as Sack jumps to an 11-point lead after the Titans had pulled within 6.
And now here in the replay, you can see Moore and Talon have been connected on that alley-oop quite some while, and then that's just gonna fire him up. It's nothing like in men's basketball, big-time dunk. Here we go with some JV players and some varsity players from Sac High just enjoying the crowd and the atmosphere.
Well, these cheerleaders down on the far end have got the crowd up. We had some good music earlier, but the fans really don't need it because the action on the court has got them juiced.
Yes, and this is a part of being in this rivalry and being in this game. It's more than just the players and the coaches coaching the game and playing the game. It's the parents that come and visit you. It's the fans that come and watch you, and that's what gets you hyped up. And when you get big-time plays like that, that makes everybody in the gym happy.
It does, and there's a good look at the Sacramento Dragons bench. Excellent assistant coach support there for Earl Allen, who brought his ball club in with a 10-3 mark and a perfect 3-0 so far in the Metro. The most significant importance of this matchup tonight, Burbank needs a victory to pull even. Sac, of course, trying to prevent that and stretch out.
And that's usually how it is with these two ball clubs. One's trying to get over the hump and one's trying to extend the lead. Here Bailey with the ball trying to go to work. And on the dribble, he creates contact.
He draws the crowd, and Earl Allen is up off that Dragon bench, raising his voice.
And the great part about this rivalry, you see on that bench, that's over 20 years of coaching just at the Dragon Den. So these players and these coaches are very in tune to the legacy and the history here.
Boy, nicely said, Lauren. They certainly are. Burbank trying to get back in single digits. That was a miss forced by good D. Here come the Dragons. Uh-oh. Nothing there on the other end. Let's see what Burbank can do. They lose the rock.
And that's two ill-advised mistakes right there, trying to get the dunk. We know we see ill-advised threes, but when you got high flyers, sometimes you make ill-advised alley-oop attempts. And Farrell is not looking happy.
Okay, after this inbound, we're gonna, there it is. Nice D on the trailer. And the Dragons reload. Look out. Air ball long on a corner J from Talmadge. Important possession here for Burbank.
And they need to find a score right here, for sure.
2.5 left in the half. They need to creep closer. Pull up J, short, over and off. Nice offensive board work. Foul line jump shot. Buried. Nice job.
And they needed that one right there. Kyrie Dunn just showing, one, a testament to Coach Farrell's commitment to giving players opportunities. He's just a sophomore on the floor getting some of the juice.
Wow, heavy contact and a charge called against Sac and the very physical Wanji. Spin the replay dial.
Here's Dunn with just a little free throw line jumper. More point guards need to get that in their repertoire, and he knocks it down.
I agree, the mid-range game is wonderful when players can settle for that, if you want to call it a settle. Bailey blocked, clean, and grabbed. That was great D there.
Daniels let him know, not in my house.
Foul line jumper is nothing but sweet money for Moore.
And Moore's been electric off the bench tonight. Made some before game adjustments, but now that he's came off the bench, he's been a spark plug for the Dragons.
A tip pass, however, handled there. Burbank.
He is all over the floor right now. Dragons doing kind of like a run and jump, defensive pressure.
Well, I think that's Earl Allen's sport. You know, for a long stretch of years, more than I can count, he was Derek Swafford's lead assistant, did a lot of masterminding, and he's still just as intense and knows what he wants from his players, and that starts with commitment.
Absolutely. As you can tell, like we talked about that bench before, Coach Earl, as well as his assistant coaches, have been around and under the regime for at least 20 years. So they definitely are in rhythm of the expectation, and his mastermind ability has been amazing throughout the Dragon success.
Well said, Lauren. They don't get enough credit, but this program stands on its own. Got a whistle and a travel. Evidently, Lewis was too quick to pick him up and lay him down. A minute 18, Lindsey Farrell urging his ball club to play under control and chip away here. They're down 9 and could, with a couple good possessions, get right in there close by the intermission.
Absolutely, and a lot of people don't understand Bailey with that good drive. Every time he touches the ball, he's either making something happen or getting to the ground. But a lot of people don't understand Coach Farrell's passion, and he has been over 20 years committed to the 3,500 building in the programs there, and he is 100% invested in that. And his kids respond to that passion and that fire, and that's what gets them Titans going. Inspiration
is not standard equipment, and coaches with that attribute can carry their team a long way. Meantime, Bailey to the stripe.
And Bailey just doing the intangibles. I think he has learned more than anybody being at Titan that he has to give everything he got. He has already done it all fall on the football field, and now he's going to give everything he has. Hopefully he can knock these free throws down.
Pro throw in, Harden out for the Titans. Nice touch. You mentioned that when they go to their go-to guy, Bailey, Sacramento clearly knows that. He's getting doubled on almost every touch.
And that just shows you the magnitude. If you can't stop him on the football field, how are you going to stop him on this basketball court? And he's going to need probably 2 or 3 at some time if this game continues to get close. He's going to need all the attention. But as big-time players do, he stepped up. He has been the scoring factor regardless of the double team and the attention.
Well, he's certainly got the wheels, but he's got the talent. 6'3" junior. Certainly Coach Farrell delighted to have him putting on the sneakers after a long, hard, tough football season.
Absolutely. This is a great moment. Coach Farrell understands the moment, and being able to be coached by him, I understand that he has put a lot of preparation in. Second chance opportunity, just short.
Tough luck. 1 out of 2 for Bailey. Noble effort by Betancourt. Jump shot. Nobody going to guard me. I guess I'll go ahead and take it.
And Talmadge just dominating and doing whatever he wants to do out there and being patient. That was a great pull-up jumper.
Back on the other end, a straightaway miss taken by Stewart. 1 and done. Dragons with 30 seconds to go in the half. Feed the post. Kick it out. Runner in and out. Last touch by Pro throw. So the Dragons will have the ball with 21 seconds. Substitution Titans back on. Harden. And taking a seat is Gill.
And right now, this is one-shot opportunity for the Dragons if they can hold on to the ball. And the Titans need to get a defensive stop right now, get some momentum going into the locker room.
They go outside with it. Dragons by 10 after leading by 8 at the quarter.
And you see Dragons just being patient, under 10 now, so you're going to see some attack.
Jay on the way, glass clanker, follow up at the buzzer. Lewis got bumped twice, but no call, and we have played halfway here at Sacramento High School in the second of 2 on Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. Stay right there. Rick Stewart, as always, will be interviewing our coaches during the intermission, and up first, a well-known coach, Lindsey Farrell, but he's got his work to do in the locker room. His team down 10 at the break, and he's going to have his players come back strong in the third. Okay, Rick, I see you got a guest.
All right, Coach, first half impressions?
Well, I think we need to calm down a little bit. You know, we kind of rush in, you know, and take care of the basketball a little bit more.
Okay, what's going to be the one key for your team in the second half?
Well, limiting the turnovers and kind of limiting their shots. We need to just let them take one shot and kind of rebound out of that. We're kind of like rushing a lot of stuff, you know. So, I mean, we're there. We done missed four wide open layups. So, I mean, it's a ball game. It's a ball game.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. All righty, Will, Lauren, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Rick. I think it's important to make note of those little details that can get washed away over the entire course of a half. But the 4 layups would put them in pretty good shape right now. But we'll see what happens in the third. Don't go away too far. We'll be back for more of Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week.
Maria, so how's work?
It was 4th period biology. Our students just weren't getting how easily viruses spread. So Ms. Bell and I had them role play a zombie virus outbreak. By the time they had all learned the lesson, all the living were dead. Hey, how's your job going?
That big sales meeting I planned? Next year, I might get to go.
Cool. Your son wants to get a cat,
I'll really take care of it.
but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals 25.
Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
You can see the score there, 35-25. Sacramento leads Burbank, the Titans, in this crosstown rivalry at halftime. It's always a pleasure to talk with Derek Swafford. Derek, obviously you're not here with Sacramento High School right now, but you're always here in spirit.
Oh, yeah, you know, after being here 16 years, how could I not come and support a place that houses my foundation?
Well, foundation is what, you know, you're all about, and you're starting something new. You're down in another high school, ground up, right?
Yeah, I'm starting a new high school, new program where you get your AA degree and your high school diploma at the same time. So we're very proud of that, and we have a pathway to get you into engineering.
Wow, that's outstanding. Now you got basketball down there too, right? Tell me.
Yeah, I'm the new athletic director. We're gonna build our own campus, our own gym, our own everything, and we should be breaking ground in the next year and a half.
Now you're not a varsity level yet, right?
No, I got freshmen, but we're playing JVs, and they're learning how to lose first before we learn how to win.
Yeah, but they'll have the experience, though.
That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for.
How far away are you expecting to be from varsity basketball? Obviously, 3 years, or 2 years, really, you could have a varsity team, but football and things like that, too.
No, I think we're going to stay away from football. We're going to focus on our academics. Right now, we want to get that AA degree because right now, education is so expensive, and we want our kids to make sure that they have something they can go to work with. Having a high school diploma and your AA degree at the same time, that's a tremendous advantage.
It is, and it's so good to see you, too. It's a pleasure to talk with you. I've always enjoyed the time we've spent together at any of our events. It's really a pleasure.
Well, thank you for having me, and you can bet I'm going to be calling you.
All right, thanks, Coach Swafford. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll talk with Jim Scheibel in just a moment. We'll be right back after this. 35-25 is our score.
Maria, so how's work?
It was fourth period biology. Our students just weren't getting how easily viruses spread. So Miss Bella and I had them role play a zombie virus outbreak. By the time they had all learned the lesson, all the living were dead. Hey, how's your job going?
That big sales meeting I planned? Next year, I might get to go.
Cool. So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
There's your score, 35-25. Sacramento leads Burbank at halftime. Coach Allen, first half impressions.
I like the way we played. We're scoring the ball well. We're playing good defense. I just thought the last 2.5 minutes of that second quarter, we lost focus and we got sloppy. We had a chance to extend the lead, and you got to do that against an attacking team like Burbank.
What's the one key you have to focus on to get done with the lead?
We have to box out, for one, and cut down on the penetration, and we got to finish and make free throws. We've missed too many layups, and I think we've missed at least 5 free throws.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck in the second half. Will, Lauren, we're going to send it up to you.
Well, thanks very much, Rick. Earl is probably correct, but I do have the Dragons at 3 out of 7 from the line. Sometimes they sneak one past me. In contrast, though, Lindsay's Titans are shooting 7 of 8 from the stripe, but I think his brief explanation at the beginning of the intermission for his interview, they've missed 4 point-blank layups. Otherwise, they've battled pretty even.
Most games are like that. The difference maker in the ball game isn't the whole breakdown of the game. It's those small intangibles, missed free throws, missed layups, missed easy opportunities, because you can control more of those. That's where the coaches become frustrated at.
That's right, and so often, especially with talented teams that play close, if you add up a missed chippy here and there, a free throw miss, a turnover giving them an easy bucket that they shouldn't have had, and pretty soon by you get to the end of the game, you could spread out 10 points real easy that you should have had.
Real easy, and then that's the difference. You can control free throws because you're up there by yourself. And layups, a coach is going to harp over layups because that's the easiest part of the game. So when you don't do layups and you don't make free throws, obviously on Earl's end, if he makes those 5 free throws, it's the difference in the game right now. And then Coach Lindsay already brought mention to, if you make those 4 missed layups, that's 8 points. Bam, you're in the game. So it's just little intangibles. Hopefully they'll have less of those errors going into the second half for both teams, and it'll be to their advantage.
Well, one intangible that I've spoke toward on 2 occasions that needs to be said again, especially for this rivalry. Lindsey Farrell's Titans are playing without 3 key players that have been sidelined with injury and problem situations. He could use those 3 guys, the 2 of them start.
Absolutely, and then that's the difference between injuries, mishaps. I know he's missing Chris Gray tonight, who's another impact player. He's suited up today, so he hurt his leg, and that's a difference in the game. But you got to have other players step up. That's why this is a team sport. Obviously, you're on the team for a reason, so I need you to step up right now.
No doubt. He was forced to go ahead and play Dunn with, just coming off an ankle injury. He's not at full capacity, so Burbank inbounds, and who does it go to? Kyrie Dunn.
And that also shows you the importance of a win in a rivalry game. Everybody got to play.
Bailey stumbles and gets tied up. Time out. Burbank. Boy, Lindsay is awful quick with those rescue jobs. On the timeout, he didn't want to spend one here, 15 seconds into the quarter, but besides preventing the turnover, he needs to deliver a message right here.
Absolutely, and right now, more than saving the ball, that was a time, score situation. He had just got the ball in the inbound, so a jump ball, he would have lost that possession. So he needed to save the possession. Hopefully, it turns into something. Coaches hate when they have to waste timeouts.
Those are the ones you do not want to squander. They're very precious, and you need them later than sooner most of the time.
Absolutely. And you see the Dragons coming out of their huddle. And I bet you Allen is going to talk to them about keeping that intensity up, so they're definitely ready. And Keely Daniels is leading the way in that intensity category.
Well, Earl Allen has his chair shifted 45 degrees for a better vantage point. Inbound goes to Bailey from throw. Stop and go, and a kick out. Open daylight shooting, but it's a miss taken there from the deep perimeter by Stewart. They lob it inside. It's deflected and stolen by Bailey.
And Bailey just all over the floor.
Baseline, a block. Fight for the board, taken by Sack. Grab there by Sweet, who had the block.
And that's that intensity you get. That length was just too much. And then another dive and play because guys are giving everything they got. No matter what the score is, you're going to see everybody in Columbia in blue play hard and everybody in white, no matter what, to the final second.
Hard driving coaches demand maximum effort. Good D there on Sweet. A block and a steal. Deep J falls short from the lefty. Take it strong, and the underhand flip is right on the money by Lewis.
That was a great finish with the right hand. Here you go with the Dragons. Double Bailey just pushing the rack. Can't finish.
Bailey needs more help, and it hasn't been found yet. So we'll take a look at Lewis down the slot with the underhand touch. Very elegant.
That was a little razzle-dazzle under there, under that rim. Showing his little point guard flair. There he goes again. Trying to run the show. Being the point guard as a Dragon is definitely a tough task, and he has stepped up to every expectation tonight thus far.
Thus far. Throughout history, the Dragons have always had superior point guards. A long list. Sweet, doubled, loses it and grabs it. What do I do now? Okay, gets it in the hands of Lewis. He's not shy. A missed J. And a good box out that time.
And the Titans seem like they have some big, strong bodies. Done right there, not able to convert, but able to get the foul.
Daniels called for the foul, a little disappointed in himself for picking up that foul. And Dunn is going to go to the stripe. Try to see if he can drop a couple free throws here. And he's off to a good start.
And that's super important. You know, you just were talking about the long line and history of point guards in the Sac High layer. And if you just look around the gym right now, there is a plethora of alumni, not only from the 3500 side, but from the Dragon Den as well. Pros at the NFL and the NBA level and overseas. So that just shows you the long legacy of both programs.
Defending the ball there, Manzanera's 34, dynamite outside shooter. They need his scoring. There's a turnover by Sack. Down the slot, Bailey misses the layup. Fight for it and stick it in.
And he's going to have to convert, turning it up just a little bit so he can finish those buckets and make it easier for himself because he's carrying a big load. It's a big responsibility.
You said it. He's now been, through repetition, accustomed to carrying the load. Deep J is sweet money from Lewis.
Miles Lewis stepping up with a pretty J from deep.
Outside gunning, a long clanker missed by Dunn.
Now I will say, being able to play for Coach Farrell, he has had a long history of non-shooters. He's had a mix-up here. Here we go with Miles on the replay, just a wide open, pretty jumper, knocks that down, and that's all net.
Now he's, of course, taken the spot that Savorn had for a few years, and he was just a tremendous jump shooter.
Great
boom! A miss on the slam by Sweet. Burbank rebounds and throws it away.
I know Sweet wishes he can have that flush back, but that was a great find by Lewis. Here you go, Coach Farrell bringing that intensity, trying to talk to his team, get the momentum going.
We're nearing midway third, 5-minute mark, 11-point Dragons lead. Another miss from in close, and Burbank dodges a couple of bullets.
And the Burbank Titans are going to have a lot of resiliency, and that starts with their coach. And then you see the big man in Bailey. They're going to keep fighting. They're not stopping. That was a great drive down the hole.
Nice finish by number 25.
We got some stoppage here.
At 4:31, you see Lindsey Farrell there shouting instructions, 40-31. Burbank remaining in striking distance, but not closing the gap.
And they're going to need a run here. They got to get out of the valley. They're making momentum, but they're not getting out of the valley. And that's a big-time move under the rim right there.
Clear some space and stick it in, Richardson. Transition, pull up, foul line, jumper, pops out. Nice defensive glass. Bailey spins, misses the layup, crashed the board, on the run, rebound taken by Sack. Look out. Boom! Wow.
And that's gonna be all day. That's why you come to the Dragon Show.
There's a hard foul there.
These Dragons, not just now, but have been historically high flyers, and they are pulling out all the stops. Here we go again.
Jacquees Moore had the dish here.
And just right off the glass. That was a great grab. Showed you some athletic ability right there.
At the foul line, drive it inside and bank it home. Nice work.
That physicality right there. The Titans are going to have to get some scoring from somebody else to get out of this little wedge that they've been in for the last 6 minutes.
It would appear they have found some of that. Corner jump shot is nothing but money.
Wide open look, wide open opportunity. Here come the Titans trying to match that and answer that. Good fake getting in the air. Oh, and we got to travel. Just a shudder of the feet.
Palms up in utter disbelief. Lindsey Farrell somewhat beside himself, and I wouldn't mind seeing that again, but a great idea on the pump fake. We don't see enough of that.
Absolutely, and then not in the boys game. You don't see a lot of it, so that was great patience. When you're a little guy, you got to use some pump fakes, so that ball's going to get popped out of there.
The lead is 14, largest of the evening. Well, there's a foul on a 3-ball jumper. Ill-advised. Harden picks up the foul. Moore to the stripe. I guess that means 3, huh?
Absolutely. And Moore, another kid, just talking about history and tradition here, another kid, been feeded in the program, been here a while, definitely came from one of their feeder programs. And it's just amazing contribution to the coaches, not only here at Sac High, but also at Burbank, because these two teams are breeding kids that are still juniors, sophomores, and they are showing tremendous talent.
So Moore drops the first 2. The Sac lead stretching in this crucial run, beginning with about 6 minutes early here in the third to where it's at now with just under 3 minutes, has been the defining stretch of the game so far.
Taking their time. And usually the Dragons and the Titans have a 1-2 punch. The Dragons' 1-2 punch is hitting tonight, and you can tell that the Titans are suffering from missing those players. Here they go with the attack. Just short.
Look at that scrap. That was wonderful hustle there. Blocked, grabbed, follow, missed. Tip try, missed. Burbank all over the glass. Follow, missed. And Burbank will have it again, but you cannot fault that effort on offensive rebounding.
And you're never going to see that. Anybody wearing the Titan Colombian blue and gold is going to have hustle. They're going to have a tenacious fight in them, and that's what being a Titan is all about. Having that fight and that drive, even when the odds are against you.
Heavy traffic, a miss, and a Sac High rebound. 2:10 to go, late third. Sac stretching out, up by 16, largest lead, but they turn it over.
Titans trying to get out in transition.
Bailey. Wanted the coast to coast. That young man is giving it all he's got tonight.
Definitely. And you see the stands full up. You see players from all over coming in to just get a glimpse of this rivalry game. That shows how important it is. A block off the bottom of the rim right there.
Driving a block on Gill's layup. 1:45 to go here as the third period slips away from Hotel Pavilion and this large crowd assembled here at Sac High. And the 3-ball knocked in by Terrell. Timeout on the court with a $1.50 to go in the third, but Sac High has jacked their lead now to 52-33. 19 is the largest, and that'll be awfully tough to come back from.
Absolutely, and we're going back to that history in that last bucket. That was a Terrell kid, and now previously brother that is now at Santa Barbara. So you're seeing a long line of history within the programs and within the rivalry.
Well, Christian Terrell was quite an example, and here's younger brother from the deep corner banging home a 3-ball.
Making mom and dad proud.
This crowd has really been a key factor in just providing tremendous intensity.
Absolutely.
To this contest.
Right here, we're watching the best part about the basketball game is the cheer off.
Well,
and they are doing a phenomenal job.
That's right. You see, this is a duel right here. That's the Titan section, and down on the other end, as we'll see, the Sac High girls are pointing to the scoreboard because they don't want to hear what's going on down here from the Titan girls. But I have to tell you, Lauren, my favorite cheer originated by the Sac High girls. Next time we see a traveling call, I'll do it for you. A bubble around, and Sac maintains possession. Tough luck on the inside miss there by Talmadge. Up the floor, take a strong Bailey, a layup.
That was a great strong drive. We got the Dragons coming back with their execution, just trying to be patient in the zone, read what they get. We definitely know that they don't want more to get any more threes on that wing side. They got shooters in all over.
Whistle and a foul. You know, Talmadge has a way of finding the soft spots. He's very slim and lean and quick and can change direction. And if there's a slight gap, he's through there.
Absolutely. And the Dragons have always had that one slender guy that has had that great physique. You see right there as he's shooting the free throws, shoulders wide, very cut, definitely doing his job in the weight room. But they've always had a player in that type of style that can do those intangibles, and he is putting on a show tonight.
That's right, the slim butterbean forwards. There's always one or more in a Dragon uniform, but 0 for 2. And here's Burbank trying to push, and they turn it over. Back the other way. Fancy Dan layup pops out long. Transition for the Titans. To the cutter, Bailey gets it to him, and he misses it close.
A great hustle by the second chance opportunity.
Pro throw with the hustle play, but it didn't pay off because of the miss. Final 25 seconds, and we'll see how patient Earl Allen's ball club is. Standing and holding on top, Lewis.
Now, you haven't seen much change in the defensive scheme from Coach Lindsey. Usually he mixes it up, does a little full court pressure, extends the zone, but he's kind of just been comfortable in sitting back, and the Dragons have just been patient and eating it up.
Corner jumper missed. Bailey with the rebound, but again, 3 players short. It takes away not just from depth of rotation, but the fatigue factor. We have played 3, and there's Lindsey trying to fire up his group for a big fourth quarter. We'll be right back.
Your son wants to get a cat,
I'll really take care of it.
but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C² equals 25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back with Lauren Goodman and Rick Stewart. I'm Will James, and we are ready to open fourth quarter action here at Sacramento High School's Hotel Pavilion, and the hosts are in charge and in full command.
Absolutely, they are. Dragons have come out ready and fired up to play. Got to protect home court, and they are doing everything of it.
A shot and a miss by Sweet, but they tap it away. Tremendous pressure, but Stewart able to come up with it. And a hook by Prothro pops in. Boy, they sure needed that.
Definitely did, and the Titans understand. Just little buckets, chip away, chip away. They don't have a lot of time to wait. There's another bang.
Well, that was a Sweet dunk for Sweet. He's in for a couple of those tonight. Bailey, bingo! How about that?
And Bailey is not playing any games. He understands the rivalry, and sometimes it's just about making a good show. This is the first time these two teams are playing, and so he wants his presence to be felt.
Fatigue starting to show on the Titan star, but he's played a whale of a game.
He has. He has been all over the floor, doing everything Coach Farrell has asked of him and more.
And more.
But it's going to be hard to win a high school game under 50. And Coach Farrell only has 7 minutes to turn this show up.
Well, he was concerned about scoring punch because of the depleted bench. And certainly we can see the strain put on Bailey to try to pick up the slack.
Absolutely.
Seven-minute mark, early fourth quarter. Sacramento in command, up 15 on Burbank. Foul line jump shot is drained by Talmadge.
He's just getting into his sweet spot, finding out where he wants to go and knocking it down. Great way to follow your shot right there. Finding Bailey.
Clank, nice rebounding effort there, and Stewart was fouled on the play. Here's a run out and a layup. Leaking out Daniels. And a timeout as they trade buckets, and Burbank can creep no closer, now trailing 58-39.
Dragons talking things over right here. And they just want to clean it up for sure. And in the Titan huddle, excuse me. They just want to continue to fight. You see the cheerleaders have gotten the crowd amped up, and everybody is dancing that's wearing purple.
Well, I've been waiting for a traveling call so I can give you the cheer. But I still got another 5 minutes or so for somebody to do a travel. But each time Burbank has been on the verge of putting consecutive baskets together with stops in between. They get one or two, and then it gets busted. Their run gets busted too quick.
Yeah, and that is the battle that obviously the Dragons have been dominating over the years. The Titans just haven't had enough to get over the hump in this matchup. And you can see tonight, not enough firepower, especially with the 3 players out.
But the gamesmanship you spoke of, they'll play to the bitter end, no doubt.
Absolutely. Farrell is not going to let his team quit. He understands that they're going to have to see these Dragons again, so he wants to make a statement tonight.
Nice touch by Dunn, who's not playing at full capacity with the injured ankle, but he's off the bench for 8 points for Lindsay.
Just showing that sacrifice and that grit about being a Titan. Even though he's injured tonight, he understands and knows the purpose, and then he kicks up the foul right there really quick.
You could see he had no lift. That ankle still giving him some trouble.
It is, and again, attest to, you see both sides just pushing their guys to the limit and the guys wanting to give them that.
Now that's the shot I've been looking for, straight up at the foul line where you can see the concentration factor. Want to remind you, at the end of this game, Rick Stewart will be visiting with players of the game and the winning coach tonight. 1 out of 2 for Talmadge, who's had a superior game this evening.
Superior.
Nice save right there, but Sack hustles for a possession, and they're going to get called for a foul. That was one of those crazy plays.
You see Coach Terrell with those palms in the air. He definitely, and the hands on the hip, I probably would say is his most legendary steal shot to get some authority in. Titans just a little lackadaisical. You can tell the players that don't play that much, they're a little bit winded, and the players that do play a lot,
man, look at that defensive hustle. That overplay and dive turned in there by Moore was just extraordinary.
Absolutely. Moore, again, both teams not giving up and quitting. Moore still being that spark plug. He doesn't care what the score is. He's going after it.
And he's had a very nice season off the bench. He's averaging about 6 points and a couple rebounds, a couple assists per game. Lead pass, stolen away. Daniels just ran that down, had the better angle. Another turnover. 5:10 to go.
Moore being patient.
Left open. There's a nice little elbow, Jay. I think I can handle that one. And Daniels does.
And that's a testament to coaching style. I know Coach Earl Allen has always been preaching the pull-up game and the factor and the stress it because he's always had high-flying players. Bailey with the drive.
Good defense. Good defense.
A miss. Offensive board. Put back. No.
Good board. Good board. Good board. Good board.
And we're going into the bonus right here, so the Dragons are going to be in 1-1, shooting free throws. And in this last 4, we might see a clearing of the bench. Most players have all gotten in tonight, but you definitely will see some different rotations. Definitely some conservation of the star players.
I would think so. Well said.
Miles Lewis has definitely put on a show tonight at the free throw line. Hopefully he can go 2 for 2, and he does. And here we go. We'll see some young new players get in the rotation right now.
Okay, Bailey's been a one-man wrecking crew tonight, but not enough around him tonight.
Absolutely not enough. Duns came in the second half and was kind of a spark, but still not enough. Keely Daniels on the push right now.
63-41, Dragons by 22. That is their largest lead of the evening. Talmadge hustles, feeds for a layup. Boy, oh boy, Talmadge is really putting on a show.
He is showing absolutely every bit of his repertoire right now and why he is a go-to guy. Just rebounding, crashing the boards, doing everything, all the intangibles, so that he is the difference maker in the game tonight.
Clearly. I like what I see out of that point guard position for Sac High. And certainly Talmadge has been a real eye-opener.
Absolutely, he has. He has been high-flying and representing everything that's on that jersey and being a Dragon spirit, so I'm liking it.
Wow, Bailey just took it strong on Talmadge, who has foul trouble, but this game's beyond control. And Bailey, never say die, another bucket.
And that's that resilience. Starts on the football field, and then it just trickles over. The best part about having a dual sport athlete, here you go with the Titans pushing in transition.
How about that? The Titans hold on to the rock after a power drive was turned away by Callahan Gray.
And again, you're just seeing Talmadge coming out of the game finally. Allen giving him a break.
Well, he earned his keep tonight and set the example.
He definitely did. Setting the tone is very, very, very important in a game like this. You got a rivalry. Bailey has set every expectation, and I'm not surprised at all. He understands his presence, obviously more on campus, and his influence on this team is tremendous, and you can tell why he has the heart of the team. He is definitely kind of just put everybody on his back and taking the load, and that's kind of a quarterback mentality, so I'm not surprised.
Neither am I. Open daylight shooting, and Daniels has another J.
And now you're going to see here in this last 2 minutes, both teams are going to continue to play, because last year these two teams came down to a split, and so points are everything. Bailey goes and gets it off the backboard right there.
He sure did. Pull-up jumper from the foul line. No bucket. Don't see it very often, but no bucket.
Absolutely not. But again, you're going to see both teams trying to score, because at the end of the season, when we try to figure out these playoff ranks and we try to figure out who's going to win this league, it's going to come down to points, and that's important.
Oh, yeah. 2:19 to go. This one's slipping away from the Burbank Titans. Sac High defending its home court beautifully. Corner jump shot blasted in there on a shot by Dunn. A little bit of helpful window dressing for the Titans.
Absolutely.
With 2 minutes to go, 69-47.
Earl Allen right here won the timeout, talked to his team a little bit. And again, this timeout is a coaching timeout. You're seeing he's still trying to control the game and get things in. Of course, Farrell making some adjustments, have some younger guys in. He's still trying to coach and get these guys in. He doesn't know how long he's going to have guys out. So these guys may be crucial. And on the other end, when you want to have longevity in the playoffs, your bench is crucial. So the more guys you can go to and need, both coaches are understanding these are coaching moments right now, and they're taking advantage. Still coaching, even if it's 2 minutes left in the game, they're still trying to get better, because both of these teams are playoff bound, and they understand that they have a bigger vision than right now tonight. Great game, great battle, but they understand that they have a further purpose.
Wonderful lesson there for all the younger coaches out there. You have to develop your bench. Less than 2 minutes to go in this one. Sac High has broken away and put this one in the bag. Layup cashed in on the run out by Isaiah Callahan Gray. Corner jump shot.
Lights out. Young players being ready to go.
Number 30, Sheldon.
Wow, how about that? How about that? When it's going your way, it goes your way.
Absolutely, a little bit of home cooking here. And definitely, I know he's hearing some noise from the sideline,
sure,
from the fan side. And that's a part of being in this rivalry. It's going to be heated. You still see guys talking trash to each other. You still see the fans into the game. You still see players trying to get highlight plays. It's a benefit that we're here, but this game is going to be like this either way.
Regardless. These players bring their own motivation, and what they don't bring, those coaches are right there to say, hey. 1:06 to go. Finishing touches being applied by the Sac Dragons.
Dragons still just being patient, trying to get these young guys to understand the offense and take advantage of their opportunities. Great feed in the bottom, just no finish. And great putback.
Uh-oh. Don't be swinging elbows. Richardson gets the bucket on a physical low post play, and he's off the bench for 6 points all in this half.
And that was a rivalry spin right
Yes,
there.
it was. Yes, it was.
You just want to get a good, hard physical play, because now this rivalry has to end at 3,500. So they understand every play matters, and we're going to remember those ticks, tacks, even if it's in the last 42 seconds. We're going to remember every part of that.
So the 3,500, a reference to a certain street address?
Absolutely. 3,500 Florin Road is where the Titans reside, and they are courtesy to having that new beautiful field right off Florin Road at that 3,500 location.
However, their gym, their home hardwood, is quite a contrast to this cathedral here.
Absolutely.
Okay. Bang, bang, bang. Peter Guananji at the stripe, trying to duplicate here, and cannot.
And that's where you want young guys being able to make free throws in games. Little things that you can't teach in practice. This is the last 10 minutes of these games are important. And you see guys still going hard, still trying to get rebounds. It's just the fruit of the rivalry. You talked about it earlier. The two difference in locations right now, we're in the Dave Pavilion.
Dave Hotel Pavilion, former head football coach here.
And this is a hot heat slayer as you fill it up. And then down there at 3,500, you got a smaller box that coops everybody up. So you definitely have home court cooking when you play at both fields.
Under a minute, 15 seconds, take it down the slot, and a steal serves them right. Uncontested layup.
Bailey finishes that one, but you can see the disappointment in his face that he wanted the win more than he wanted the layup.
Yes, he finishes with 20 and definitely upheld all of his standards, but this one is in the book, and it turns out to be a 75-51 verdict, a decisive victory, a statement victory in a Metro League race that is always going to be hotly contested. And I think it's very fair to say, as we see the sportsmanship out here, that the Metro League is stronger this year than maybe in the last 10 or 12 years because of the emergence of Valley and Laguna Creek.
Absolutely. Metro League has not died off. I know a lot of people think it has. You see the powerhouses in the Sac Highs and the Burbanks, but there is still a lot of teams that are pushing and prevailing in their divisions because they are in this strong league. So that is just testament to the great coaches and then the great talent around Sacramento.
Well, we had two teams, two coaches, two sets of talent, but in the end tonight, 75-51 Sac. We're going to break, but do not wander off because Rick Stewart will be interviewing our players of the game. The ballot's already been filled out, and the winning coach. Stay with us.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary, but I'm a little misunderstood. Funny! Sorry, I almost killed you. We've all been misunderstood. You're not a fighter.
I don't understand that at all.
Kids with learning and attention issues like dyslexia and ADHD are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand.
Best plan ever!
With the right support, everyone can reach their full potential because you can't judge a bull by his cover. Learn more at understood.org.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
The verdict is in, and this decision is final this evening at Sacramento High School's Hotel Pavilion, where tonight, in a Metro League battle of a long-standing rivalry, home team, home court prevailed as Sacramento decisively stopped crosstown rival Burbank by a final count of 75-51. It was edgy for a while, for a couple of quarters, but Sac had too much balance and just too much tonight and pulled away for a big victory. We selected our players of the game, and I'm quite sure that it would take a searching party about a week to find better selections. Lavelle Bailey left it all out on the court. Besides his 20 points and 12 rebounds, he demonstrated the example that Lindsey Farrell would like to spread throughout the team. And for Sac High, Isaiah Talmadge did the same thing and impressed us on any number of a dozen plays. Rick Stewart is standing by with our players of the game. Rick?
Alrighty, a couple of real talented juniors that still have another 3 at least meetings between them for their high school career. First of all, let's talk with Lavelle Bailey. Tremendous game out there that you played out there, but it wasn't really as far as the score indicated.
Right. They just had a game plan, and they came out and they stuck to it, so I give them a lot of respect. But I'm just glad that we came out and gave a lot of effort. So that's pretty much all I can ask for.
They gave you a lot of trouble down low. I mean, you were the real power underneath there. Were they doing anything special, or was it just, you know, the swarm?
They was just swarming to the ball. So everybody comes to the ball. So
offense ran a lot of plays through you too. One of the bigger scorers, obviously. Was there anything that stopped you?
Yeah, when I was trying to come off the screen, everybody was helping, so I couldn't really do anything about it.
All right, well, you got the rest of the year this year. You got your senior year. Best of luck the rest of the year and going forward.
Thanks,
all right, thank you. All right, we're going to turn here. Isaiah, tremendous game out there. You played an all-around game, offense, defense, rebounding. Rebound especially caught my eye. What was the secret there?
So you just box out and get the ball.
See the ball, get the ball. Yeah. You guys came out, and it was kind of back and forth early on in the game. What was the key that broke it open?
The key was to just box them out, get the offensive boards in, because they was getting a lot of boards in the beginning. We just had to shut that down and get it out early.
They were doing a real good job on you guys earlier, like you said, doing that. Did you guys do anything special after halftime that really opened that up?
We got yelled at, so we had to get to it. We had to get to it.
What a wonderful thing getting yelled at and chewed out at halftime is. Not yelled at, because we don't yell at players or anything like that. But what was the key, is going to be the key going forward for the Sacramento Dragons to improve and get better? You're a young team.
Yeah, we just practice hard, prepare each game like it's a new game. Take it one game at a time and get there.
How about you? What do you need to do to improve?
I need to get better all around. My jump shot needs to get a little better. I need to hit my free throws, just little stuff.
All right. Well, good job tonight. Congratulations on being our player of the game. Yeah. Best of luck the rest of the season going forward, okay? Will, Lauren, we'll send it back to you.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mr. Stewart. 2 premium student athletes there taking home player of the game honors, and so well-deserved. Rather one-sided game in the second half. Something we were hoping we wouldn't see, but the depth factor for the Titans was a significant key. Well, next week, another twin bill, as Access Sacramento has specialized this year in doubleheaders, and the 19th is no exception, because we'll be at Capital Christian High School to see a boys-girls battle with visiting Marysville. only 2 years removed, are the Capital Christian Cougars girls section championship team. And certainly the boys under a new head coach there at Capital, they already left their mark at the Gridley tournament when they stopped Sheldon, and they are a top 5 ball club right now. They've been in the top spot, #1, for a number of weeks. So that one's going to have to be very interesting, Lauren.
Absolutely is. I can't wait to get in there. I know the Cougars have a great atmosphere in the gym, and they are going to bring it. So we're going to have another doozy on our hands.
Another doozy, and we invite you, we welcome you, we encourage you to join us for those telecasts. That'll be coming to you in 1 week's time, another 6 o'clock start. And if you haven't seen either of those teams, you definitely want to check it out, particularly with Capital. They're going to leave their mark on this season, boys and girls. Well, that's the way it wraps up from here from Hotel Pavilion on the campus of Sacramento High School. Tonight, Earl Allen's Dragons have more than enough of home court advantage, of fanfare, and of Dragon firepower to stop crosstown rival Burbank. But as you said, Lauren, Lindsey Farrell will have another day, and it'll be at, what was that address again?
3500 Florin Road.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So that's the way it plays out tonight. A big win for Sac High. And as always, that would be the Access Sacramento and the Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew wish to extend deep appreciation to the Sacramento High School administration, particularly Athletic Director Jim Scheibel, tirelessly helping us out and presenting great student athletics here at Sacramento High School. The Hometown Sports Game of the Week is a special sports presentation of Access Sacramento in association with Play-by-Play Sports Productions. For Lauren Goodman, Rick Stewart, Game Director Nick Dunn, and the entire Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew, I'm Will James. We thank you for joining us, and we'll look out for you next week on the 19th. From Sacramento High School, so long, everyone.
This program from Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week is available for purchase on DVD. For more information, call Access Sacramento, 916-456-8600, extension 0. This has been a Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast from Access Sacramento. This program is funded in part by a grant from the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission.